that shit.
Okay, and we're on and we're live. What's up, everybody? How you guys doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Did you enjoy your day off?
Yeah, I did. It was cool.
Is that?
He's riding the hot wave, bro.
Dude, the Niners won, man.
Are you still hungover?
No, I'm over it.
You're
I
good
beat
now?
it. I was sweating it. I'm
Game
still
was Saturday night, bro.
I'm still sweating
48
it out.
hours over.
Damn. It's like when you're in your late 20s, dude, those hangovers, they don't go away that easy anymore.
Oh, man. That game was Saturday night then, huh?
Yeah,
it was Saturday night. All right, here we go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the G&D Sports Podcast Show. I'm your boy, German. I'm joined with my boy, OC the G. I'm joined with the co-host, Drew.
What's popping?
And today we're gonna go over the wild events from this weekend. Dude, the divisional playoff round, dude. What a crazy fucking weekend, right? I mean, how many times did you watch a game and you were like, what the fuck? It was just like, what happened? What's going on?
It all looks scripted, man. It's like, how the fuck can we get the most viewership out of this?
That's what I was like, I was kind of sitting there watching all the games, and like each game was better than the one before.
Yeah.
Like each game was better than the one before, and it was like almost like a 4-part series. And it was like the Kansas City and the Bills game were like the series finale. It was insane, dude.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
It started from the first game.
And then it just built up and it built up.
I remember sitting there. I told Andrew yesterday, like I was sitting there Saturday afternoon. I was like cleaning my car and like I was cleaning the tires, and then like I was like, oh, I'll go watch, like I'll get back in like at halftime, watch the game, Bengals and Titans, and then the group chat starts blowing up. I'm just like, dude, the game just started. What do you mean?
Dude, it was like right away.
I had to turn off my notifications because I was like, dude, I need to see everything, so I'm just gonna wait. So I was just like, and then I got in and I was like, oh damn, like this is a tight one right here. So but we all said like all the games are good.
Yeah. We all expected it. We all knew that it was like, they're
all good matchups.
It's gonna be a close game. Yeah. But it was awesome. It was exactly what we were expecting and more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like we were expecting close games.
I think a lot more, honestly.
Like it was insane, dude. All games ended regulation with a field goal. All 4 of them.
Well, the last one's the touchdown.
And then the last one, the last one, the overtime ended with a touchdown.
What he said there. He said ended regulation.
Ended regulation.
Oh.
See, you like the wording. You like the wording. Yeah.
Sorry, selective hearing.
Yeah. 3 of the 4 games were won by the away team.
Yeah.
By the Road Warriors.
I honestly thought all 4. I thought Josh Allen got it done.
I thought he did too.
Dude, that game. I'm still coming off the high of that game, dude. I rewatched it again earlier today.
Yeah, I watched like the last like quarter like last night when they were replaying it on NFL Network, and I was just like, yo, that was crazy. The last 2 minutes, you got 25 total points scored. Dude, it was just like ridiculous.
3 touchdowns and a field goal in the last 2 minutes.
Insane. It
was a 2-point conversion.
Yeah,
and a 2-point conversion. Exactly. We'll get into it. Let's dive deep into these games. The recap from last week. The first game, Bengals over the Titans, 19-16. What you see there, Drew? What was your initial reaction watching the game?
My initial reaction, kind of what we talked about before. Ryan Tannehill, he gets the job done, but he didn't that game. I expect a little bit more out of him. He'd only thrown 1 interception in his last 5 games, and then he threw 3 interceptions that game. Mm-hmm. And then we were talking about how we had initially thought a lot of no names on that Bengals defense. And then I texted you guys like, oh, hey, I remember this guy. Oh, yeah, I remember that guy.
Eli Apple makes a play.
Eli Apple. I was like, oh, damn, I forgot Eli Apple's on this team. And then Chidobe Awuzie. I was cool with seeing him on Bengals. I'm glad he's out of Dallas.
Jesse Bates made some plays.
Yeah. But, dude, Joe Burrow, man. I'm really excited for the future of the AFC in general with Mahomes, Allen, Burrow.
You still got Jackson.
Yeah, and then it's going to be the AFC in general is good. But anyway, I thought that was a really good game. I thought it was going to be the least exciting game, and it was already really exciting. Yeah, man.
It was like right away a hot start.
And then the fact,
weekend.
Yeah, the fact that Joe Burrow gets sacked 9 times and wins the game.
That's the telling part. Right there.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty sick. And then the confidence in the kicker. You guys hear that quote? He told the backup quarterback, "Oh, looks like we're going to the AFC Championship before he kicks field goal."
He walked out there, just
yeah,
just get ready to go to the AFC title game.
Yeah.
So we had.
Imagine if he would have missed it. He's like, I ain't saying that shit.
No, so I guess
I'm not gonna tell nobody.
I guess they interviewed him later on, and he's like, "Oh yeah, like that's my mantra. Is like if you speak it into existence, like you got to go out there and perform. It kind of motivates me to actually do it." And I was like, "Nah, dude, you just got hella cocky."
Yeah,
right there.
dude. Overconfidence.
Yeah.
I hope it comes down to next week to another kick again.
I came up with a nickname for that kicker. So his
What?
last name's McPherson.
Uh-huh.
So we had Nick Foles, Big Dick Nick. This guy's Big Dick Mick. McPherson.
McPherson.
Yeah, Ooh. Everybody
jackass.
boo this man.
Jackass. Anyway, but yeah, I thought it surprised me how well that game was. Like I thought, Derrick Henry, 20 carries, 60 some yards, not that great.
Did you hear the crickets?
Still from the joke before. Okay.
Jackass.
Little delayed reaction by OC the G there.
He had to hear it. It's because I finally got a headset on. So
Now he can hear.
He can hear it. But all in all, I think it was a good game by the Bengals. That defense kind of showed up and just dominated.
That's what I feel like. I feel like that defense just showed up and then kind of just like what we were saying before. They made Tennessee play into their weaknesses because I mean, they got the ball running. Like how many running yards did they have? Did you see?
I know Deontay Foreman led the team. It wasn't even Henry. Foreman had like 66.
He had that big run over the middle.
It was like 105 yards
as a team.
Yeah.
But they never. The good thing is they never. But again, like we didn't know how he was gonna play into the game.
Right.
Coming off you're off for like 2.5 months.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna ease him into it, but they were like, okay, let's feed him right
20
away.
carries, man.
Let's feed him right away, and then he just couldn't get anything going. He looked slow, he looked flustered, and then they were just gonna get the win off of Tannehill's arm, and didn't pay off.
Oh, what a surprise!
Tannehill
can't win you a game.
That's another thing I wanted to ask you. What were your initial reactions?
I feel like Miami
with Tannehill
traded him away for a reason. He didn't have that gene in him.
Well, has Miami gone to the AFC Championship?
No, but apparently apparently they pay him a lot of money like in the offseason?
No,
Tannehill?
Yeah, I think I don't know how much, but they re-signed him.
They think he's the guy, right? And I was just like, go ahead. People are going to find out that he can't win games.
Like as soon as the game was on his shoulders, he flustered, and then they were driving down. They were fine to go kick that field goal, and then just forces bad throws.
Throws. It's the same.
Just
thing.
Bad decisions.
It's the same thing that plagued them in Miami. Like he's fine at times, and then there's times where he's really bad. Like that's why I wasn't surprised. That's why last week I said okay, like he can manage a game, but he's not gonna win you a game.
That throw to AJ Brown.
Oh yeah,
that was awesome.
That was a dime,
awesome.
right by my boy Jadobi Awuzie.
Yeah, both of them made a huge play.
But again, Burrow, 2 playoff starts, 2 dubs,
2 dubs, man.
The kid just wins, bro.
Is he the real deal? I mean, he went 28 of 37 for 348 yards, 1 INT. Is he the real deal?
I think so, dude.
Playing up
if you win in the playoffs,
and only his second year too. Well, really,
first year,
first and a half.
One and a half.
How many games did he even play last year? It was like half the season.
I think he made it to like 9 games, something like that. Yeah.
So he's like 1.5 seasons.
And he's got a rookie receiver that's got over 100 yards in both games.
Yeah.
Who didn't play football last year, by the way? Jamar Chase.
Off,
he took the year off, and so coming in hot, man. That's
2 rookies really did that. Micah Parsons did that, and Jamar Chase, and probably both of them are going to win Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, and Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. The game after that, the Niners and the Packers. Niners coming up 13-10.
Look at that grin right there,
dude.
So excited.
I felt. I mean, there was moments, dude. I thought I was going to pass out. There was times where like, okay, we're done. Like we're dead in the water here, and then the block field goal, and then the block punt. And then Jimmy just does enough at the end to get him in field goal range and puts it home, dude.
There's a lot of we talked about the momentum shifts during the first game, like the Titans and Bengals, how quick momentum shift. I felt like that game kind of shifted. Like I really opening drive, Green Bay goes down, right? Score, boom. And I was like, oh damn, it's gonna be a long night. And then they're going they make San Francisco punt again, and they go down, drive again, and then Mercedes Lewis
and then
fumbles.
that's when there's a fumble.
And it's just like
Fred Warner forces the fumble.
Yeah, they never really got that rhythm back.
It kept going back and forth. Yeah. And then even after they got the turnover, even like the Niners couldn't get anything going because they were dropping passes. Obviously, the weather was a big factor.
Yeah, because there's guys like kind of like
they're like, no, I don't want to take that hit.
Felt like 0 degrees, dude. I don't blame them, man. That's cold as shit.
Fingers were frozen.
They're throwing rocks at those receivers.
Yeah, that was another thing too. I saw like as soon as Jimmy starts playing good, the rest of the team just starts playing like ass. And then the leading up to the game, everyone was expecting Jimmy to be affected by the weather. It was like the dude's from Chicago. He played at Illinois. He played over in New England. Like I don't think the weather is going to be that big of an issue for him.
No,
and it really didn't. I mean, he played.
I thought it'd be more of an issue for him than Aaron Rodgers, and it seemed like it was more of an issue for the Packers.
Rodgers, the weather did affect Rodgers' style of play for what he wanted to do.
That second half, especially.
Yeah, for sure. Once it started snowing.
Yeah, like the ball got slick a little bit more.
Isn't that awesome playoff football in Lambeau, the snow?
Dude, I was on the couch freezing watching that game, and it wasn't even cold, dude.
Like, I don't know. Like, maybe watching it, it's cool.
In that situation.
It looks fun to watch.
I was like, oh, God, it's so cold.
I don't know.
It was like 70 degrees inside the house. I'm like, oh, man, that's colder than hell, man.
Yeah, I'm cool off that. They can.
I watched the game outside.
Did you?
In my dad's backyard. It was fine.
Did you watch it in the snow?
Yeah, we try to recreate that.
He opened up the freezer out there, stood inside the freezer for a little bit,
just threw ice all over the place.
Real quick, again, dude. D'Amico Ryans calls another great game, dude.
You think so?
Defensively, he's the only reason they kept.
What do you mean? Do you think
so?
so?
Okay, so the first. So
Green Bay Packers.
So the first drive had me worried.
Yeah, but he made his adjustments.
And then he made the adjustments, and the only adjustments they did was, okay, let's start pressing Adams at the line. Let's double him up with a safety over the top, and then just make Rodgers throw it to everybody else.
He was still effective, but I think it really came down to just those proper adjustments, and them.
It was just the adjustment, and I think Rodgers he really underestimated how athletic that D-line really is, across the board. Because there were moments where he wanted to get out of the pocket and then extend the play, couldn't do it.
And I like the way you say across the board because I mean Bosa had 1 sack.
He had a strip sack. He forced a fumble which they fell on, but that was what led to the blocked field goal.
But I mean, if you think about it, other than that, he had a fairly quiet game. It was just a team effort on that line.
They were making adjustments because you could see it in real time. Like they would slide a tight end over to his side. The running back was over to his side.
Trying to chip block.
They were chip blocking him, and there was still times where he was getting there. So he actually had 2 sacks then because remember there was the other one where Rodgers tried to boot out, and then Bosa came in from behind and then tripped him up with his his legs.
Yeah. That's the one where you're like screaming at the TV, throw the damn ball. He's right behind you.
Yeah, and then. So I really think that Rodgers was underestimating how athletic that D-line really was and how they were going to perform in the snow. Because if it throughout the entire game, because even Jimmy was under pressure, both offensive line couldn't set any protection at all. And I think a lot of that had to do with the weather. And then just flat out, I think Rodgers just didn't trust anybody outside of Devontae and
dude. He hit 4 targets.
Jones.
Well, one of the big plays. Like right before the half was that Aaron Jones breakaway, and I texted this guy and I was like, "How do you not just run straight?" Like we tell the kids all the time when we coach them,
like just run straight
trust
forward.
Your speed, trust your speed.
He would have at least picked up at like another 10 yards.
Yeah, and then you would have saved time because you would have got pushed out of bounds. Instead, this dude runs in bounds. The clock keeps running, and then you have to
they burn the timeout.
Yeah.
I don't even get it. I mean, he wasn't even close. He had at least 4 or 5 yards of space between him and the defender, and decided to cut in.
Well, the safety was over the top, so he had the safety over the top, and then the DB was behind him. So
the safety was the one.
He was breaking away. Like I said, he wasn't going to go much further. Which both safety.
I think he could on like another 15 yards.
Both DBs are probably faster than Aaron Jones because he's still a running back.
But he could have just ran at worst, just get out of bounds.
And then he could have gone out of bounds. I think he only would have picked up another 10 yards. At the most.
10 yards, and you would have saved the timeout.
Yep. And then you would have saved the timeout for sure.
Would have given Rodgers a shot at the end zone.
Yeah. Instead, you get a blocked field goal. There goes your momentum.
Well, Rodgers had the shot in the end zone.
Yeah, he would have had more than one.
Yeah, because he would have had that extra time.
He would have had the extra time because they ended up burning their last timeout on that one, right? And then Bosa made him fumble, so and then that's what led to the blocked field goal. But I think, well, let's look at Rodgers' numbers. He went 20 of 29 for 225 yards. I think some of the blame needs to go on Rodgers.
Well, yeah.
Like he acts like all nonchalant after the game. He's just like, well, our special teams, they didn't make plays.
But that's been the story all year.
He should have done better, but he didn't do terrible. I think the only thing I would have done different with Rodgers, I would have spread the ball out a little bit better. He only had 4 different receivers. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, in that weather, it's snowing, 0 degrees, 20 for 29. That's not terrible. 220-something yards. That's not terrible on a game that you typically run the ball more.
That was another thing. They kind of got away from the run pretty early, too.
Well, they lost Dylan.
They
lost Dylan early,
yeah.
and that's huge because he's that 3rd and 3 guy. He's
yeah,
the bulky
as
running
soon as
back.
that third string running back came in, I was like, they're not running the ball.
Mm-mm.
And then again, the same story of the Cowboys. It makes it super easy for a defensive lineman to just pin his ears back and rush.
Just bull rush, man.
And
That's
just bull rush.
do.
And that's exactly what they did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah. I'll see. What else did you see?
I was just like, I told both of you guys, like, I thought a topic of discussion could be, like, is Aaron Rodgers what Peyton was in Indy? Like, you have all these regular season accolades, MVPs, number 1 seeds, you get all these home playoff games, but you only have 1 championship?
Yeah.
And you're supposed to be considered one of the greatest,
One
right?
of the all-time greatest.
Because there's people that
Yeah.
literally sit there and say, oh, Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. Like, no, that discussion's over. Like, and it's been over. Like, Tom has 7.
It's Tom. Yeah.
And Aaron has 1.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
1 with all those teams.
I'm blaming Mike McCarthy.
I mean, you could.
Yeah, you could. Mike McCarthy holding them back. But, I mean, you see Matt LaFleur comes in. They win, 13-3 their first year. Get demolished in the NFC title game against the Niners.
13-3 again.
13 again the next year. They get beat to Tom Brady at home in the NFC Championship game. And this year you didn't even make it to the NFC Championship game.
And you were the number 1 seed again.
And in the number 1 seed. Exactly.
So it's like, it reminds me a lot of Peyton when he was in Indy, where he would
always make it to the AFCs, lose to Tom. Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, like, it just, that argument has to stop. Like, he's a great talent, but it's like, dude, he has 1 chip.
So do you think playing in the NFC North there I mean, you play Detroit twice a year. You play Chicago twice a year and the Vikings twice a year.
It can't get any easier. Like, all the other divisions compared to that one, like, think about his quarterback competition this year. Jared Goff, Kirk Cousins.
So you're going to say the NFC East is more difficult? That's all I want to hear you say.
I could put it up. I mean, if you parallel them.
Well, the NFC East.
Think about the quarterback play.
In the NFC East, there hasn't been a team that's completely been dominant throughout, right? At least in the NFC North, it's been Green Bay for the
NFC East rotates every year.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Exactly.
So I already know we're not winning NFC East next year because no one ever.
It's gonna be somebody. It's gonna be somebody else's turn that's gonna go host another playoff game at 8-8. Yeah.
hey.
Yeah.
Can't be 8-8 anymore.
Oh, that's right. At 9-8, they're gonna host. They're gonna host
8-8, 8-1.
Yeah, you can.
We're not the Steelers.
Like the Steelers.
Steelers tie every year.
But yeah, I mean, going back to your point, yeah, I mean, you can compare him to Peyton, where he's probably going to win MVP again this year.
Peyton in Indy, because Peyton did end up getting that 2nd championship in Denver.
Yeah, he did go play in 2 more, right?
Yeah.
One thing Peyton had too that Aaron Rodgers never had was best defense. Aaron Rodgers, he had a few good defensive guys. He never had like the Packers were the best defensive team around.
The thing is when they won the Super Bowl, was it like what 2010?
Who, the Colts?
No, the Packers. The Packers
12.
with McCarthy.
Oh yeah, when they beat the Steelers.
Yeah,
11. Yeah.
Or it was 11.
Yeah. It was the 10th season, but they played in 11.
Remember, they were like, I think they finished that year at 10-6, and it was just like they rode their wave of their defense throughout the entire year, and then just Rodgers did enough to make plays. It was the year after that where they went like 15-1. Rodgers won MVP, and I think they lost at home against who did they lose at home to?
I don't know. It's too far.
I think it was the Giants.
It was the Giants.
Because the Giants ended up being
and
the
I
Patriots.
think the Giants beat the Patriots that year. That's right.
Because there's a couple times the Giants went into Lambeau and
it was twice.
And Lawrence Tynes
it was the Ice Bowl too, right?
Yeah,
Game
Lawrence Tynes hit a game-winning field goal.
Yeah, because they beat Brett Favre the first one.
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
and then they got him again like a couple years after.
Right. Exactly. So, I mean, I think Rodgers. I think some of the blame needs to go on him.
Yeah.
I really didn't like the press conference afterwards where he's just like nonchalant.
I mean, he's been like
Because
that.
he's
like,
done, dude. He don't give a shit. He's done in Green Bay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're going to talk about that a little bit later and see what they're going to do. Let's go ahead. Let's talk about the next game after that. The one that topped the game from before. The Rams
keep
and
getting
Bucks.
better.
The Rams, what was the final score? 30 to 27. End of the kick or game-winning field goal at the end of the game with the huge play over the top to Cooper Kupp. What?
Shocker.
What did you see on that defense, that last play?
We're talking about it. What was the safety? Antoine Winfield is just sitting there watching the backfield, and meanwhile, Cooper Kupp's running right in front of your face.
It's like
but
that.
I mean, why do you call that? Why do you leave Winfield, the safety, to cover one-on-one against the best receiver in the league right now?
I don't know. Poor planning. I maybe if he was paying attention, I think it would have gone a little bit better.
Bruce Arians said it was an all-out blitz, and he said some guys didn't blitz.
So you send your safety to man up the best receiver in the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
The guy who got the Triple Crown this year.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All I could hear about was that
The
slow motion,
potential MVP.
the slow motion video that pauses and just goes. It was at this moment he knew he fucked up.
It's basically what it was.
He was.
But I mean, interesting game because at one point it was 27-3, right?
Yeah.
It was 27-3. We were like all thinking, oh, I mean, we've seen this before. He did 28-3.
There was never a second where I thought, okay,
and then Tom just keep bringing him back
if you have Brady, you're gonna be in the game.
But and then the thing that stood out with me this game were just like how many fuck ups are we gonna see on both sides? Because it was
Cam Akers fumbled that ball twice, man.
Cam Akers fumbled the ball twice. I think he fumbled inside the 5, right?
He could have put him away at halftime.
Cooper Kupp fumbled.
Yeah.
I think that's what brought the Bucks back into the game.
Three fumbles?
But I think after that, that's
4.
when
They had 4. Some tight end I think fumbled too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
and then even Brady fumbled. Remember when Von Miller had the strip sack, and then right after that, that's when they had the snap over the head.
Oh, then the very next play.
It was like shot out of a fucking cannon. That thing just kept going.
That dude had some adrenaline behind that snap.
Hey, they looked at. You see the close up right after the over the head snapper, the one that went right by him. They show the center, and the center's like, I thought no one gave you a signal. No one gave
Even
you.
Stafford was telling him, "Why the fuck did you snap the ball?"
Yeah, it's like no one got a signal.
and then and then after that, even the Bucks went 4 and out.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, because then they threw it four times in a row, and then on 4th down just couldn't do anything. So even the Bucks, like, they look like ass for the majority of the game.
Oh,
and then
right tackle being gone, Tristan
Well,
Wirfs.
that's something I said. I was like, that offensive line is all weak against this defensive front of the Rams. Is not a good matchup for Tom Brady.
That's what I thought was weird, is that they never really tried to establish the run. Like they did, I think the first quarter where Lenny had, I think he started off to two runs back to back, and then after that, it was just like they got away from it.
He missed the previous game. What was it for? Injury?
I think he had some type of injury.
Yeah, because he was inactive.
Mm-hmm.
You're not healthy, maybe? I don't know. And then he's got like a 4th string running back as his new 2nd string running back, right? So I don't know. And then at a certain point,
that boy Keyshawn Vaughn.
Yeah. Vaughn. And at a certain point, you're just like, stop handing the ball off. Just let Tom Brady try and get us back into this game.
Yeah,
right?
but then you have Von Miller, Floyd, and Aaron Donald all rushing Tom Brady.
Yeah, but he got it done.
And we've seen what Tom Brady, his kryptonite is athletic D linemen. Like every Super Bowl, all the Super Bowls that he lost
Strahan
were
Tech,
Strahan, JPP, and then the other one against the Eagles, same thing. Lost
Bennett.
After he left Seattle, exactly.
Bennett was there.
Fletcher Cox.
Fletcher Cox. I've seen enough of that dude. I need him to leave.
Yeah,
the
you
Eagles.
like him, huh? Yeah.
I need to leave the Eagles.
So we all know his kryptonite. It's just as long as you have an athletic D lineman.
But he's still. I think that's what's crazy. It's almost like Joe Burrow getting sacked 9 times and winning the game. Tom Brady got sacked 3 times,
and then
interception, and then he got hit.
Tied up.
He got 6 QB hits that weren't for sacks. Von Miller hit him like twice. Aaron Donald hit him 3 times, and still this dude brought him back.
He threw it 54 times and only completed 30 of them.
He's fucking Tom Brady though.
54 times, dude.
He's Tom Brady, dude.
Hey,
you're gonna give the ball to Fournette?
He led the league in passing, so I mean,
potentially MVP too.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is,
if not first,
when
second.
you're down like that and you got Tom Brady on your team and Leonard Fournette is just starting running back, who are you gonna let control that ball? I'm gonna let Tom Brady throw that ball.
On a 4th and 1, they ran it with Leonard Fournette, scored a touchdown.
Well, yeah, because everyone in the world thought that was going to be a QB sneak. Tom Brady, the GOAT at QB sneaks. He's so fucking big. It's really easy for him to get it
to the outside.
Yeah.
A part of me almost kind of wanted him to slide like at the 3-yard line
To run out the clock.
Yeah, to run out the clock because there was there was still like 40-something seconds left.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, oh shit, that's a lot of time.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a lot
he
of
scored,
time.
and I was like, oh
Take
no.
the points though.
That's true
you need
because
the tie,
you need the tie exactly. So, I mean, they went for the win, but then you also, I mean, all you had to do on defense for the Bucks is just keep them underneath, right?
Yeah.
Almost like a prevent, and they didn't.
But then they call all out blitz.
Hey, how about these defenses in the clutch, just letting both offenses or whoever you seen in the Casey and the Buffalo game, and then you seen Tampa do it, where they just like blow coverages or just like whatever was working in the first and second quarter, they just completely went away from it.
Just threw that all away.
Yeah,
Got the papers. We don't need this shit. Just go out there and play.
Yeah, we're just gonna call this.
Well, maybe the endurance caught up to them. Maybe they got tired of running around, and then things started opening up.
With Antoine Winfield, maybe he was fatigued and he couldn't focus.
Because you see it in soccer games all the time when everything's just super tight the whole game, and then like you get to the 80th minute, everybody's super tired.
One counterattack.
Starts spreading apart. Open spaces started opening up, and then that's all it takes. Just was one mistake, and then that's it, dude.
Hey, one stat real quick. Remember I told you guys Matt Stafford was 6-0 during the regular season when he doesn't throw a pick.
No picks.
7-0.
Hey, no picks against Arizona. It's two more dubs.
So that's 8-0.
8-0 when he doesn't throw a pick.
Yeah, exactly.
The only thing that scares me is he's throwing picks. I think
against the Niners.
The Niners in both games.
Picks. Yeah, exactly. But I think. Well, we'll talk about that a little bit later.
We'll get into that one.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Let's go ahead. Let's talk about the series finale.
Oh.
That was the shootout.
The heartbreaker, bro.
To me, that has.
But wait, there's more.
that has got to been, if not one of the best divisional playoff games in the history of the NFL.
I thought the Raiders-Chargers game, week 18, week 19, whatever it was really good. That blew it out the water, man.
Yeah. 100%. This was exactly what I was expecting. I even told my dad, I was like, because we're watching the previews and stuff. I told him, I was like, that game's gonna be 30-something to 30-something.
Yeah, it's gonna shoot out.
Yeah, it's gonna be a shootout, and the first half both teams they were like slugging each other. It was almost like watching a heavyweight fight. Like they're
just like
trying to feel each other out. They're slugging, and then at the end they're just fucking.
But we talked about
throwing
it like
haymakers.
Like, they can be stagnant for so long, and they just rip off series where it's just like 2-play drives, a 3-play drive. Like you seen the 80-yarder or the 75-yarder to Gabriel Davis. Like Gabriel Davis had a monster game. The hell?
Well, yeah, Gabriel Davis. What was his number? Do you have it?
5 receptions, 250-something yards.
He had 4 tugs.
Five touchdowns, right?
Yeah. No, he had 4.
He had 4?
No.
I thought he had 5.
No, he had 5.
He broke the
all 5 touchdowns.
Postseason record.
No, because Singletary had the first touchdown.
Yeah, but he had 5. He had 5.
He had 5 total touchdowns.
They had 6 total touchdowns.
Sure.
Yeah, Gabriel Davis had 5 receiving touchdowns.
Make me look it up.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure because
you guys are watching this real time.
There might have been somebody that put a wager on Gabriel Davis first touchdown and it didn't happen
Well, I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying I think
he didn't score the first touchdown.
Well, it was the final was 42-36, right?
Yeah.
Gabriel Davis 4 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns.
201 yards.
Let me check my notes.
OC
on 8 receptions.
Empty-handed, dude, just off the dome.
Degenerate gambler.
You don't write shit down. This was like Jay-Z. You don't write that shit down.
Gabriel Davis had 202 yards, right?
201.
Oh, 201. I was off by 1. All right, close enough.
No,
Can't win them all.
But it was an awesome game, and then watching Josh Allen play the way he did was phenomenal. Like he's actually like a fucking dude.
Oh yeah.
Like he looked like a mixture of Cam Newton and Patrick Mahomes. Like the way he was slinging it and then just running down the field, trucking dudes.
Interesting little stat right there. Like I talked about how Mahomes led the first time they played. Mahomes led his team in rushing. He led the Chiefs in running and rushing again, and so did Josh Allen. Yeah, they both led their teams in rushing.
That's what you do, right? When you have the best player on your team's quarterback and they're a little bit athletic, just let them do what they want.
Watching both of them play, dude, and go back and forth.
Yeah, because it's just like, dude, what is he gonna do next?
Yeah.
Like you seen I forgot which one. I know where they went up, but they were going for 2 to make it a 3-point game.
Mm-hmm.
The 2-point conversion, he scrambles
just
right,
like running
scrambles
around,
left, and then somehow he finds
and then
Diggs.
he finds Diggs in the back.
I'm
of the
just
end
like,
zone.
are you serious, dude? Like, this dude's like 6'5", 260.
It's like watching a seventh or an 8th grader play with a bunch of 7th
Yeah,
graders.
it's just like, dude, like what? Do you, like somebody tackle him, but it's like,
When
dude,
you're-
You just see your boy at lunch, dude. Like, dude, leave the little kids alone.
You've seen that meme, right? When the kid's drinking the water fountain water, and he's like, when you leave lunch recess with 235 yards and 8 touchdowns, you gotta go back to class.
Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes were like, they looked like they were playing backyard football.
those last 2 minutes for sure.
Yeah, oh for sure. The back and forth, it was an absolute shootout. I mean, Josh Allen, his numbers 27 of 37, 329 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. And Patrick Mahomes, 33 of 44, 378 yards and 3 touchdowns, with the touchdown at the end to win the game to Travis Kelce, which is a hell of a fucking play too.
Ridiculous. It was like kind of a back shoulder too. Like he just kind of threw it off.
And then
guard.
and then Travis Kelce.
Impressive for a
just
tight end
athletic
to make that catch, man.
right? Just like the athleticism to be that big and that
And
elusive.
get your toes down too.
I mean, he was also running that route against a linebacker too. That's
Hey,
another.
Someone on Twitter was saying, "What more could Josh Allen have done to win that game?" And I guess someone
Get
said,
the ball.
"No." Someone said, "Call heads," because I guess he called tails.
You called tails.
No, that-
well, dude, you and I were walking together, and I was like, "Tails never fails," and then I was like, "Oh shit,
It
it was
failed.
heads." It was tails.
That game, it was legit a coin flip, and then especially the back and forth at the end when they scored, and these are like 13 seconds left. I was like, that's still too much time.
I didn't flinch, so I was there with this guy, and I was like, 13 seconds. I go, this is enough time for Mahomes to get down there.
We were talking about it even before that last touchdown. The field goal. We were like, I was like, dude, I can just see this happening. One play to Kelce, somehow he's over the middle for
Literally.
25 yards.
That's exactly
and then
what
I was like, you're gonna find Hill for another 12, and then out of nowhere, just boom, Hill for like 40 yards touchdown.
You would think the 2 guys you would want a double coverage, and
Tyreek
statistically, right?
and
Yeah, Tyreek
Travis.
and Travis,
Yeah.
and the Bills had the best defense all year,
Right,
and just completely blundered at the end.
dude.
that
Kelsey was wide open.
that,
Like,
under,
no
that
one
underneath
near
one,
him.
that underneath one to Tyreek was fine because that was a design play, right? They had the 3 verts and then Tyreek came out underneath.
Well, but we talked about it. They were playing like a prevent defense. Everyone like played off. They're
was,
like,
like, right
the safeties
away.
were like
Yeah.
20, 25 yards off.
the second one over the middle of the Travis Kelce, that was a
bad.
blunder.
That
That
was
one was
bad.
a blunder.
Well,
the first one underneath, okay,
They,
fine, whatever.
they talked to him after the game and they asked him like, "What'd you see on that play to Kelce?" And I guess Kelce had told him the previous like they had to play similar
they're
earlier.
Like, they give me that same look,
And he
I'm
was like,
doing this.
exactly what he said. If I get the same look, you need to throw it right here, and that's what Mahomes did.
That's awesome, dude. Just drawing plays up in the
Yeah.
dirt.
It's
Just
just
like, oh, I'm gonna do
the
this.
back of the
okay?
football.
Yeah,
He's
just
like,
I'm gonna run her
I'm
here.
gonna go here.
That's legit backyard fucking
Yeah.
football. That's awesome, dude. That's legit. Patrick Mahomes calling a play and then just telling Travis, "Hey, just do this." You
Yeah.
know,
Patrick the Grim Reaper Mahomes.
Oh yeah.
He's got a new
Dude.
name.
that was insane. If that's the future of the AFC,
Dude, Allen, Mahomes, Burrow, Justin Herbert. Fuck. No Tua. You don't see Tua in there.
Tua's name,
Mac
Lamar-
Jones.
Lamar Jackson,
Mac
no?
Jones.
Lamar Jackson, no.
A lot of young quarterbacks in the AFC, man.
It's gonna be fun to watch, dude.
Oh, my
And if we see the Bills and Chiefs at least once a year, that's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be sitting there every playoff. You guys got any more than Bills and Chiefs
got more than
games?
Can we get like a 7-game series where we just let these two play each
Oh,
other?
dude, the back and
Dude, if
forth.
somehow the Bengals end up playing the Niners in the Super Bowl, instead of watching that game, I'm just gonna go back and rewatch Chiefs and Bills, dude.
Say, hey,
Right.
can we have a 3rd place game? Just to let Mahomes play.
because dude, it's just you can't even talk shit about either team or
No.
put the blame solely on one person because it was a slugfest.
Well,
dude.
because a lot of people were arguing over the overtime rule, and I thought it was hilarious because, like, of course, it was Bills fans like, "Oh, we didn't even get to touch the ball," blah blah blah. The same thing happened to Mahomes like 3 years ago.
win
when-
against New England.
Yeah,
yeah.
Mahomes never. Brady got the ball, drove down the field, game over, won the AFC title. Mahomes
right.
never got to touch it.
That's right.
I do think it needs to change.
It does. I agree.
And
Because
no, we don't want to see that. The only
No.
people that wanted to see that were Chiefs fans and Patriots fans. That's the
Yeah.
only people that wanted to see
Yeah.
that game end like that. No one else wants to see a game end like that. Just the way no one else wants to see Mahomes lose to Brady like that.
No.
Ain't no one wants to see Josh Allen.
I
who
wanted to see
fucking
Alex-
comes from behind behind, and starts throwing touchdowns like crazy, and then just to see him sit on the bench for overtime because he has no opportunity because he lost a 50-50 call on a coin flip. Little fucked up.
And I was sitting there like, damn, that sucks. Like, cool, the Chiefs won, but I was like, I want to see Allen get one more chance. Like, just,
But, I mean, okay, I understand what you guys are coming from. Like, I know you guys want the rules to change, but, I mean, what do you change it to? Do you go maybe to the whole college overtime
That's what
rules?
he was saying yesterday.
In the NFL?
But instead of, like, high school and college, they do, each one gets a possession, put it at the 25, right?
Mm-hmm. And then just right away go for 2-point conversions?
Yeah, right away. But I said put the ball at the 50.
A little bit more difficult.
Yeah, make it harder, make them work a little bit harder and just.
And then like an actual series or like just because it's
in
college it's just 4 downs, right?
Yeah, but if you get it, you have the opportunity to get a first down because you start at the 25.
The thing with that is like we're just gonna be seeing field goals after field goals after field goals.
Potentially,
yeah.
But eventually, somebody's gonna.
But at least you make teams earn the win. I mean, I'm not saying that the Chiefs didn't earn that win because they still had to go out there. They had to score a touchdown. Bills could have stopped them, but
best defense in the league.
The thing is I don't see any.
If they didn't change it 3 years ago, they're not going to change it.
No, exactly, because like you said,
now it's a recurring thing.
If you want a chance, then Bills stop them.
Yeah, you have the best defense in the league.
Yeah, exactly, and then just fucking stop them. You did it before, and then you know what I mean. So it's just, I think it's fair. Well, this game came down to a fucking coin flip because then we would be getting the exact same argument had the Bills won the coin toss and then they go down to the field to score.
That's exactly what they asked Josh about that in the press conference. They go, "How do you feel about like the rule?" He was like, I wouldn't change it. He's all, because if we would have won, I would have been celebrating. So it doesn't matter.
It is what it is.
Like he was graciously and took it on the chin.
He said we got beat, and then we had them against the ropes with 13 seconds left to go.
Yeah, could have stopped them there.
Up. Yeah, exactly. So that's where I was like, I know you guys want to say that there needs to be a rule change. I don't think so, because then what do you change it to?
I just want to see more football. That's what I want.
I think it'd make it more
just
entertaining.
nonstop football.
Just give me more.
Let's just go to PKs. Let's just go to one-on-ones in the middle of the field.
Someone suggested they should just have a field goal kickoff. I was like, all right, bro,
yeah,
dude, a little too much right there.
It's kind of like the parity between the 2 days, right? Saturday was very defensive heavy game. Yeah. You got a team that wins the game without even scoring an offensive touchdown, and then you have the second day. It's just like slugfest back and forth. Who's going to throw the most touchdowns because our defenses are falling apart? Yeah, it's kind of funny.
No, yeah, dude, it was awesome. It was an awesome fucking weekend. I mean, already better than the season finale of Game of Thrones. Like,
come on, man.
No.
The crazy part is like we still have 2 more games on Sunday.
There's still 2 more, and then another one after that. Yeah, like, dude, it's gonna be insane.
Hey, don't discount the Pro Bowl. That's what all Cowboy fans are looking for.
Okay, all right,
taking a shot at your own fan base. Look at you.
But at this point, like even after watching the game last night, if you're building a franchise, who do you go with? You go with Josh Allen or do you go with Patty Mahomes? After watching that game last night, dude, they went back and forth.
I'm biased.
Who's better right now?
Josh Allen's 20 minutes away from us, right down the street. I'm going Josh Allen.
I'll take Mahomes.
You're gonna take Mahomes?
Yeah.
I'm torn, dude, because I don't know because
last time
because almost Josh Allen.
Local people didn't take Josh Allen. What happened?
I'll take it again. He didn't go to Fresno State. He's not a dog.
Yeah, and then
I love him though.
He went to Wyoming and came over here and just fucking.
Fresno State didn't want him.
It happens. What?
And then he was what, drafted 17th
Fresno State went
overall?
and beat him over there, but he didn't play that game out there.
Exactly.
And then how many teams passed him up in the draft? He went 17th overall.
Yeah, like
but not everyone needs a quarterback.
A lot of teams
Look,
in
I'll
that
tell
draft
you,
needed quarterbacks.
There is 29 teams or 30 teams last night that would have taken any one of those 2 guys right now.
Oh yeah.
Everybody in the league was like, "Man, we want one of those guys."
and that's where the league is heading, dude. I think that's what everybody's looking for. Another reason why, like the Niners drafted Trey Lance, because the physicality is there, right? I mean, Josh, as long as you have the raw talent, as long as you have the rocket arm,
you can just
the
coach
athleticism, just coach them up.
Look at the 4 quarterbacks that are left in the league, or in going on. You got Matt Stafford, slings that ball. You got Joe Burrow, slings that ball. Patrick Mahomes, slings that ball.
Jimmy G.
Then you got fucking Jimmy G, dude. No touchdowns in 2 games.
He's like the sister and Grown Ups, where it was like the 2 hot ones, and then the one
ugly
ugly was like, oh. Jimmy, I mean, he might win, dude. He's probably
when your mom makes you take your little brother everywhere with you.
Yeah. No, not to take shots at He is the best looking one out of all 4 of them.
Bro.
Oh, well,
No?
I mean,
Why are we talking about
I'm just saying.
Why
I
are
took
we
a
talking about
shot. I
this?
took a shot at him.
What a
but
San Francisco fan thing to say.
It's a good looking dude, man. If Jimmy comes up to you at the bar and starts kissing up on you, you're gonna be like, "No, get out of here." Ew. It's Jimmy G, bro. No,
He ain't gonna score.
Nice. Okay, so
No comment. Next topic.
yeah. So that's that. The overtime rules and stuff. I'm not changing it. I really don't feel like there's a need to. We got what we got. This is the football that we get. I'm fine with it. I mean, it sucks. It's heartbreaking to see Josh Allen lose that way, but it also kind of would have been heartbreaking too to see Patty Mahomes lose that way too, because it's almost like you wanted both of them to win the way they were playing.
I'm not mad. Bills are into the Dolphins division, so I felt bad for Josh Allen, but like, it is what it is, you know.
In the Dolphins division, went to Wyoming, beat Fresno State.
Right.
A little salty.
A little bit.
A little salty.
What can
Like
I say?
our best local boy to make it out there.
I would honestly
I still root for him, just not when he plays Miami
right now.
Nah.
Right now, I
or
would
Patty
honestly-
Mahomes.
So we want to give him to the fact that he had money against Josh Allen last night.
What about it? I won, right?
I would be taking Josh Allen right now just because of he was the X factor for his team. At least Patty Mahomes, he can throw to Travis.
True, he does.
Travis Kelce,
Josh
or
Allen
Tyreek Hill,
does
and
do.
Josh Allen just did all of it. He said
He carries that team
Yeah.
on his back.
Well,
Exactly.
like I was saying, like Tom Brady and the Bucks. That's why he threw the ball 59 times.
Yeah,
He's your guy. You
Yeah.
gonna give it to someone else? No.
yeah. Okay, let's start looking into the games for next week and the championship weekend. We got the Bills the Chiefs and the Bengals, man.
That's fucked up,
the
man.
last
Josh
one.
Allen, hope you're not watching, dude.
I'm sorry, Josh. But yeah, the Bengals
Go
and
ahead
Chiefs.
and follow the page though.
Yeah, I'll see you at the golf course next week,
subscribe
bud.
if you can, bro.
We know you're in the off season now.
You got plenty of time.
Hey, he's gonna be at my golf course in the next week and a half. I know it.
Yeah, tell him to like and subscribe.
Yeah,
Just,
go
hey,
on.
dude, give us a shout out, man.
Give
Come
Give us a
on.
link. Come on.
He always
Yeah.
puts his reservations under his brother's name.
Tell him.
Makes sense.
Tell him if he ever gets a chance to talk to Pat McAfee. Tell him we're coming for him. We're taking all your fan base. No,
Yeah,
but
we're a couple million subscribers away from
just
that.
a couple. Ain't no thing, bro.
You just need one shout out from someone famous, man.
There you go.
Josh Allen's the guy, man.
Josh Allen's a guy.
Yeah, we had said nothing but good things about you, Josh.
Except for this
if
guy
you're
over
watching.
here.
Hey, I said I root for him.
He
just
said
not
he
when he
likes him.
plays.
Yeah.
Just not when he plays Miami.
And then not when you put money against him.
Yeah, that too.
Okay, let's move on.
All right.
So the game's next week. Bengals and Chiefs. That's another tough one to choose because last time
Chiefs,
the Bengals
Chiefs,
ended
Chiefs.
up coming up top.
Chiefs.
I mean, Joe Burrow gonna probably tear up that secondary too, just like Josh Allen did.
Yeah.
The Bengals beat them in week 17.
Exactly.
So that's
And
what,
that was another slugfest
that's
too.
what
I think it was like
scared- that's
34-31.
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
scares me right now. I'm like, man, this is gonna be a shootout.
It's just matchups, dude. The thing is I mean, yeah, the Bills had Stephon Diggs, but they ain't got no Jamar Chase and the way he's been playing.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that could be another X factor, maybe.
The next factor is Tyrann Mathieu going to be out this week again? Because I felt like that really affected the game
The
last
secondary,
Because Gabriel Davis was like all over that
he
secondary.
tore it up.
Hey, you know Tyrann Mathieu's good for a player too, like
Yeah.
a significant play during the game, and I felt like that really changed the momentum defensively for
You
them.
think that can be the difference maker, having Tyrann
yeah.
Mathieu back, the
Yeah,
honey
'cause
badger?
Oh, big time.
He's a baller, dude. He makes plays, and
Yeah.
he might give up some plays, but he's gonna make a play eventually.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting to see.
So
if they
who
get him back.
who do you picking right now?
Oh, Chiefs, but
Chiefs.
I think it's close.
It's another close
Yeah.
one, huh? What do you got? Chiefs.
I got Chiefs. Another slugfest going back and forth, but I'm going with experience. I like Joe Burrow. He just not quite there yet.
Yeah, Chris Jones gonna get a couple sacks. He might just get like 4 or 5. but
Dude.
Joe Burrow's gonna like sling it to the rock.
I think what's the biggest difference I think for me, because I'm gonna go Chiefs One, of course, the experience. I'm not going to bet against Patty Mahomes in the playoffs. But Melvin Ingram.
This guy talked
the difference that he's made.
Oh, yeah.
coming in.
On the opposite side of Chris Jones.
Mm-hmm. So having Chris Jones and Melvin Ingram, because he was in the backfield the whole game.
There was a lot of pressure last night.
So, I mean, him against that offensive line for the Bengals, they gave up 9 sacks last week.
Dude, what offensive line?
Exactly.
You might as well put some running
You might as
backs
well
out
have been
there.
7-on-7.
Hey, put your defensive line up
How
there,
about
bro.
we just spread out the whole O-line? You know, put them like in 2-3 foot splits.
just have their D line go play O line.
Yeah,
They play both ways.
Just line up. I'll fucking show you how to run it.
I forgot who said it. Someone said they do that shit in high school. Some of these guys play this defensive line. They're bound to play O line in high school.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Fucking,
but that's high school.
They'll do just as well.
No, I don't think so.
Dude, got sacked 9 times.
No way. Not against.
Let Andrew play D-line.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, let's line up and watch you block Melvin Ingram.
I didn't play O-line in high school. That's the difference. Those guys did.
You didn't play in high school.
No, I didn't.
He played on Thanksgiving, bro.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Look
ball,
at my
dude.
stats, bro.
Dude, you could even block me when I was pass rushing.
I was tired.
Oh, man.
Hey, dude, I was a jack of all trades during that Thanksgiving bowl, dude.
Yeah, you got
Let me send your highlight tape to Fresno State.
playing.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, send it to them. We'll see.
Hey,
Send them the one where OC
pulls
his
squad.
hamstring.
You didn't
trying to run a route on me.
Hey, spring football started today at Fresno State, so you can
Were you there?
go out there.
Were you
You should
there?
have been out there this
I
morning.
should have been out there. Fuck it, dude.
Just try out.
I was hungover.
Still
2 days
hungover.
later.
2 days later.
All right, so you got 365 days to prepare. So
No, we're
get your
getting
shit
off.
together.
We're getting off
script.
script. Yeah, it's way too much. But I'm gonna pick Chiefs for that one. I think it's just
Unanimous.
It's cool to see Joe Burrow where he's at, especially so early in his career. But the Chiefs have made it to already 4 consecutive AFC Championship games.
Yeah.
And
This
then-
guy told
and
me
then potentially
yesterday.
making the 3rd Super Bowl.
Mahomes, 8 playoff games all at home? Like he's never
He's
played.
never played a road.
He's never
playoff
played
game.
on the road, huh?
Never.
Damn, dude. Yeah,
Except
except
for
even the
the-
one they lost
except
to
for the
New
Super Bowl.
England,
The Super
and
Bowl,
the Super Bowl
was in
Super Bowl.
Miami, neutral site. So
Oh, it was in Tampa, right?
no, it was in Miami when they beat San Francisco.
Yeah,
and
but then the
last
last
year,
year was in
Yeah.
Tampa.
But yeah, dude, every playoff game at home.
Yeah, dude.
I just wanted to
It's
remind
hard-
you
it's hard
that
to bet
Patrick
against them.
Mahomes beat San Francisco.
And then that's going to bring me to the next point. The Niners and Rams, dude. The Niners already beat them twice this year. We talked about it earlier this year where Shanahan, he kind of is the kryptonite to McVay's offense.
He's in his head.
He gets in his head. I mean, he
Rent-free.
kind of knows what he's going to call. I mean, kind of Shanahan, he already took down one of his successors with LaFleur. Took him down twice in the playoffs already. Now he's going to go face against Sean McVay. I mean, they didn't really get the ball running this past game. David Ayers, he fumbled twice.
Oh yeah.
And then Cooper Kupp, the first game that they played, Cooper Kupp was almost non-existent. The one in Santa Clara.
That's the one you went to. Huh?
That's the one I went to, where I got into Odell's head.
You're living rent free from the
dude.
nosebleeds.
That was awesome, dude.
Was that his first game there?
That was
his first
Yeah,
game.
it was right
'Cause
after the trade, huh?
he was warming up in the end zone,
Yeah.
and I was fucked up. And I go, hey,
Really?
hey,
You?
oh yeah, dude. I go, hey, Odell. He turns around, fuck you. He just shakes his head and goes off, and that affected him, man. I got it in his head. He had one reception that game. Just saying.
His first game on a
His
new team,
first
one
game on a new
reception.
team.
Man, relax.
I had a lot to do with that. I'm just saying. No.
So the Niners should send you a gift basket.
Yeah, dude.
If they make it to the Super Bowl, they have to. Just give them tickets to the game.
Give me tickets to the game. I'll be in the nosebleeds way up at SoFi. I don't care.
Dude,
As long
don't
as I'm in
just
the
go
game.
stand on the second section.
Yeah, just buy the cheapest seat.
Oh yeah, because you guys already went to that
This
stadium.
guy
huh?
did it.
Yeah, I bought
Oh,
the
yeah?
cheapest ticket.
Life hacks. Wait till right before kickoff.
And then just
by the
Hey,
spot.
but
the spot.
don't do it while you're at the stadium.
You gotta buy it like an hour before you
Dude,
pull
the
up.
stadium, no reception anywhere near that stadium.
the signal. for the
Yeah,
phone.
it's terrible,
We
dude.
missed
yeah.
like the first 2 drives because this guy was trying to get internet.
Dude, I had to get all the way up to the gates.
Okay, we're going off track. Who are you taking, OC? Niners or Rams?
Rams.
You're gonna go Rams.
I just don't know if you can beat a team 3 times in a season.
That's tough. That's what I was worried about. Well, watching that game, I was hoping the Bucs would win just because of how beat up they are, especially in the O-line and with very limited weapons outside of Mike Evans.
Mm-hmm. But
I was hoping to play the Bucs.
The thing that does scare me, I went back and looked at the 2 games they played, and the first game, San Francisco had 3 drives that were over 10 plays, and they chewed up.
They dominated.
Tremendous amount of
They
clock.
dominated.
They had 1 drive that was 18 plays in the first game.
And I think Von Miller had just gone there too.
Yeah, and then the second game they played, they had 2 drives where it was over 10 10 play drives, and they just chewed up clock.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can sustain like
the run game,
run game, but like excessive amount of plays with drives and time, like they probably do it again, dude. I would have put it past them.
Who you got, Drew?
You know, my cousin Nick watched last week's video, and he celebrated when he heard me pick the Packers. He's like, every time you pick the team against the Niners win. So I'm picking the Niners. Psych! I ain't gonna pick the Niners. No, I'm taking the Rams. I'm going with
boo this man.
I think the Rams are the hotter team, and I'm this playoffs. I've kind of been rolling with the hotter team. Defense is starting to really shine. Excluding that last game, I think they were just gassed. That defensive line, I think, is going to show up and kind of make problems for San Francisco.
Interesting thing about this game, did you see that they limited the tickets that they were going to sell to 49er fans?
Yeah, but they dumped that.
They dumped that? They just
Ticketmaster was like, yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah, but it's like there is like Niner fans that are complaining about that, and they're like, oh, they don't want us. First of all, like if you really want to go to the game, there's other ways you can. There's other websites
you can get in. Yeah,
it's just like, come on, dude. Like they're just trying to like make a scene about it,
right?
Because I was looking, I was like, anybody can buy tickets on whatever website you want to.
It's like promoting a fight.
Vivid seats.
Yeah, it's just like, there's just a little bit of a roadblock if you wanted to buy like legit from Ticketmaster.
Yeah. But it's going to be an interesting game. I think it's going to be. It's what I'm scared of. That's going to come down to Jimmy's throwing arm again, because he's got a banged up shoulder.
Well,
he's got a banged up
the first 2 games.
Against the Cowboys and then against the Packers, he didn't really need to make a play. But 2 weeks before, the week before the Cowboy game, he had to make a drive. He made a play. Got him into overtime. Got down the field. Kicked a field goal during the overtime. But what I'm scared of is that he's gonna have to do it again.
I think. I
hope Niners, it's in him, dude. I hope he can do it.
They're asking too much for the 3rd time.
The man has 2 playoff wins with no touchdowns and 2 picks.
Yeah, exactly.
That's ridiculous.
And probably for less than 300 yards too.
Oh man, dude.
But I mean, if they can get the running game going here again, I know they got a lot of guys that are beat up. I know Kittle was kind of beat up.
Williams, your big left tackle,
Williams was beat up. Debo was kind of beat up. But if they can get the ball moving on the ground,
Debo had a nice chunk of carries against the Packers. Exactly. He had like 10 carries.
Yeah, he did. So if Debo can get things going again, I think Shanahan. I think he's smarter than that. I think he's got some stuff dialed up. Maybe we see Trey Lance this week,
dude. Honestly, I was thinking, fuck it, why not? Hey. No touchdowns for Jimmy G, right?
Just go in, trying to just get some design quarterback runs like they did with Josh Allen.
Yeah, before I thought you were crazy, but at this point, Jimmy G's done nothing,
you kind of
might as well, right?
Hey,
it's there.
I remember I threw it out there to you a couple weeks back. If this man carries you to an NFC title,
you guys are fucked for the future.
You have to keep him now, right?
We'll see.
Oh, he said he won't commit.
Because like you guys said, he's got 0 touchdowns in the postseason. He's got 2 interceptions. He hasn't had a situation where he's had to put the team on his back outside of the Rams game.
But you don't think
at the very end.
Okay, so if he carries you to the Super Bowl, are you good with him staying? Just making it to the Super Bowl, not winning it. Because if he wins it, you obviously keep him.
You have to.
Yeah, if he wins it, you have to keep him at least, and then we'll let Trey Lance maybe develop for a couple more years. Yeah. Maybe he's still a little bit more green,
I don't know, man. He will not.
I don't know, man. I don't think Trey's quite ready yet. You guys are in a win now situation
with that team.
Yeah. Keep in mind that the day before the draft, they did call Matt LaFleur over there in Green Bay, as soon as they found out that Rodgers was on the market.
Hey, I said this a long ass time ago.
No, but I know. But what I'm saying is, could you imagine now if Rodgers was on this team for the 49ers?
Oh, dude, you flip the quarterbacks on Saturday's game, it's a blowout. Niners win, like
Right.
easily.
But I mean, Packers don't even make it to that situation without Rodgers, right?
Well, yeah, that's what Rodgers is from Chico and went to school at Berkeley. The dude grew up a Niner fan.
And he was still kind of pissy that they didn't take him first overall. Took Alex Smith.
I think that he'll eventually be a Niner, and I think they're at a win now situation.
Well, that takes me to the next segment. And what is Rodgers gonna do? I mean, he was kind of nonchalant about the loss yesterday.
He's out of
or on
Green Bay,
Saturday.
and I think he's got to go to a win now team, and he ain't going somewhere where it's cold. Team that doesn't have drama. Like everything points to me, San Francisco.
San Francisco, interesting.
So
OC, what do you think?
I don't know. I don't know what he's gonna do, but I know he's gonna involve Devontae Adams in his whatever he decides to do. Just because he was over there like hyping him up to the media, how he's the greatest player he's ever played with, and I was just like, that's a lot of props from Aaron
Miami
Rodgers.
has hella cap space.
They do, and someone did bring that up, and I was just like, I don't know, the defense is there, but that O-line is terrible.
I think that owner is all in on Tua. I don't.
Oh,
think
yeah,
the
that too.
downside of Miami is, like I said, Aaron Rodgers has to go to a must-win now team. So that's the only thing.
Well, that's what he said too. He's like, I'm not going to be around for a rebuild. And he said that the Packers have a cap situation.
The Packers need to rebuild.
The Packers are about there.
Let's go down the line. So Niners obviously would be the best fit, right? Because they have the defense. They got guys like
have all the weapons
they
on
have
the
the
offense.
weapons.
They
They
got
have
Kittle.
the offensive line, the
They got
run
the
game.
O-line.
Shanahan.
Vegas, if they let go of Derek,
I don't see that happening.
no, it's a terrible line.
The thing is too is
not really a good defense.
it also depends on what coach gets hired where.
Yeah,
That's going to be huge.
yeah,
too.
because you're not gonna bring in a guy that's not gonna get along with him. So
I also thought maybe the Colts, if somehow they could dump Carson Wentz.
they said that the Colts have the easiest path to a division crown because you have the Texans,
the Jaguars,
the Jaguars,
And the Titans.
the Titans.
Rodgers can beat the Titans. Play
That's
indoors.
Very interesting.
Play a lot of Southern teams.
I'm still thinking Denver, but the only
But you're gonna go into a division with Mahomes,
Herbert.
Carr.
Yeah, that's
No. Plus, I think he wants to get out of the cold, man. I would. The dude's from California. Ain't no one trying to be in the cold all the time.
He's always. I think in the offseason he's in California most of the time.
You're gonna want to go to a place where you can sling the ball. And
Now get this: Tom Brady retires.
He
Goes down to Tampa Bay.
I honestly thought about that, but Tampa's got a lot of cap space, or a decent amount of cap space, that they can re-sign Godwin and then bring in whatever Tom Brady's missing.
They still have Mike Evans there.
Yeah, I think Tom Brady signs like another 1 year, and he stays
And
just because Tampa's got money.
Dude,
That's
he
my
led,
next question.
He led the league in passing. He's not.
Plus-
Even if he does go out, dude, what a way to fucking go out almost like on top.
Yeah.
Potentially winning MVP, if not number one, at least number two, right?
If he would have won this Super Bowl, I think he would have retired.
Yeah.
But you look at that dude's face after he lost. That dude was
That's
not
why I was like,
happy.
I don't think
wants
he's
more.
I don't
He
think
wants
he's going
more.
anywhere.
And I think because Tampa's got some money to spend for
Because
Tom
I
Brady.
mean, he did get
he'll
beat
stay.
up, but I mean, even some of the plays, if you're watching, like the way he steps out in the pocket and then he like eludes kind of those sacks, he looks good.
He looks like he was
doesn't look
35
bad.
still.
Exactly.
He puts in the work in the offseason.
Oh, yeah,
avocado
for
ice
sure.
cream, right?
The avocado ice cream, dude.
And kissing his son on the lips keeps him youthful.
Hey, say what you want, dude. That dude comes home to Giselle. so is he really losing? So I mean, it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting to see what he does coming up this offseason. I personally think he's going to stay.
Yeah,
I don't think he's going to
he goes
retire.
anywhere.
He's got so much big play left in him. If he plays half of what he played like this year, he's still going to have a
still a
pretty good
playoff
year.
team. Still wins the South.
But I think the biggest thing, the most interesting one, is what Rodgers is going to do. 36 years old. He's going to be 37 this year.
Yeah, but Brady's like almost 50 and still balling.
He's gonna turn 45 this year.
Yeah, see, he's got 8 years on Rodgers, and
That's true.
And Rodgers over here sitting, I don't want to be a part of a rebuild. Relax, bro. Tom Brady's got like 8 seasons on you.
That's right.
Hey, but Tom Brady was never part of a rebuild.
Well, he didn't have to be in New England.
But I think, well, you're right. But Green Bay has to rebuild. You got one receiver that's a free agent. Your quarterback don't want to play for you. Well, what else you got? You got no depth, nothing there to like as a core.
Good pieces, man. They got Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon that they drafted really well. Bakhtiari, who didn't play, which was real key for them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got guys on the defensive line like Zendarius Smith. You got Adrian Amos.
Is
He'll
there
had a pick.
Is there anything there to keep Rodgers?
Jair Alexander. They got good DBs. And then Russell Douglas, who just came off like 8 teams.
But is there anything there that's going to keep Aaron Rodgers there? No. Okay. Which means their next best player, Devontae Adams, is also gone. And with those two guys gone on offense, you got nothing.
You know, I thought he was a restricted free agent, but I don't think he is.
No.
I think he's
free.
free.
He can walk, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think they could just match the offer wherever he gets.
And I think, and then
he's gonna.
But that's my
Las
biggest.
Vegas,
that's my
here he
biggest
comes,
thing is that, I mean, they're gonna eventually have to franchise tag somebody. You know, and do you want to franchise tag that disgruntled quarterback, or you got or Devontae Adams?
Well, I mean, if you tag Rodgers, obviously Devontae's not going to leave, right? So do you play that card?
Dude, but I bet you Aaron Rodgers sits out.
He's just, I'm not going to play this year.
I think Rodgers leaves either way.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was going to leave last year.
Done.
The only team outside
he kind of fucking should have.
The team that I thought maybe kind of a wild card to land Rodgers would be Pittsburgh.
That's what I was thinking.
I really don't know what their financial situation is, but the only thing I think is not going to happen is I don't think Aaron Rodgers wants all that bullshit that goes on in Pittsburgh.
But what goes on in Pittsburgh?
What goes on in Pittsburgh?
All the drama with all the players. There's always someone there causing the storm.
But
they got them all out.
They got them all out.
Juju's not out.
Yeah, but Juju he was on a 1-year deal. That's
what I was like.
They're gonna re-sign him.
Other than
the
only thing he doesn't like is when Claypool celebrated that first down against Minnesota. Remember where they
when they wasted time.
They wasted time.
Yeah, that was stupid, man.
Yeah, dude.
You think Aaron Rodgers is going to settle for that? I think not.
Maybe he comes
Big Ben
in.
don't care.
But he's not coming in for, like you said, he's not coming in for a rebuild. Maybe that squad there is too young for him.
Pittsburgh does have a really good defense, though.
It's one of the best ones in the league.
You got Minka. You got Cam Hayward.
T.J. Watt, Defensive Player of the Year.
Defensive Player of the Year. You got Najee Harris, second year.
Najee Harris.
I just don't know what their financial situation's like.
Yeah, I didn't look at those numbers either. So
that one's gonna be fun. I think that's about it. You guys got anything else? I think
you said Rams, Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
I said Rams, Chiefs. You say Niners,
Rams, Niners.
You can't have both.
Chiefs, Niners.
Chiefs, Niners.
I just want to see another Chiefs and Bills game. Let's just get them back into it.
Well, to be fair, I mean, if you pick the Rams, I'd be like, what the fuck?
No. All right, that's about it, man. Well, thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for being here. For every guys watching at home on YouTube, thanks for joining us. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Help us push the channel out. For everybody listening on everything else, thank you guys for joining us, and tune in next week. All right,
Deuces.
Thank you, everybody. See you guys later. Bye.